Hey everybody, it's Miss Gill again, back with another request from a different girl in my first period, but no less special. This is page GAG for the geometry section in packet 1, and this is number 6. If you look at the picture, you can see that we have compound shapes. They're not just a square, but a semicircle and added onto a square. So compound shapes, sometimes called composite shapes, depending on what textbook you read. This part of the packet was taken from an English website, English meaning like England. So that's why it says some weird things like trapezium instead of trapezoid, and everything's in the metric system, meters, centimeters. And apparently in England they stress significant figures, which is a real thing that you will learn about later on in math. But for now, we're just going to interpret that to be 3 decimal places. It's not the same thing, but for our purposes, we'll just say decimal places. I had to get some stuff for geometry because Tennessee didn't have geometry in their packets, which is weird because it is 7th grade standard. So, not sure why that was. So, as always, let's read the problem first. It says, giving your answers correct to 3 decimal places, calculate the area of each of the following shapes. Each of the curved parts is a semicircle or a half a circle. So let's look at part A. It looks like we have a rectangle, actually a square because it's the same on all sides. So we've got the area of a square, and we've got the area of a semicircle. So we'll have to find both areas separately and then add them together. So for the rectangle part, or square, excuse me, we'll just do the side squared, side times side. So 8 squared is 64. That's not the answer, that's just for the rectangle part. We've got to do the semicircle. The area of a circle is pi r squared, but since this is a half a circle, we're going to slap a 1/2 in the front there. Let's see, 1/2 for pi, we're going to plug in 3.14, and the radius, so halfway across the circle would be, well, since all the way across the circle would be 8, and halfway across the circle would be 4, so our radius is 4. So let's type that into the calculator. That's from the last problem. So let's do 1/2 0.5 times 3.14 times 4 squared just means 4 times 4. So I'll do times 4 and times 4 again. So 25.12. 25.12 square meters. So to get my final answer, we'll put those in blue, I guess. We'll just add those up. I won't need 3 decimal places since I only have 2 decimal places. But let's just go ahead and add it up. So that would be 89.12 square meters. So that's the first one. Now let's go to the second one. This one is actually a rectangle where the semicircle has been taken out of it. So we're going to have to subtract that area away. So it's going to look like area of the rectangle minus area of the semicircle. All right, area of a rectangle is easy. It's just length times width. So we'll do 9 times 5, which is 45. Then we're going to take away the area of the semicircle. Again, it's 1/2 of the circle, so we'll use 1/2 pi r squared. Here, our radius is, let's see, all the way across the circle is 5 centimeters. So halfway across this circle will be half of that, or 2.5. Okay, then we'll just have to type that in and see what we get. So 1/2 0.5 times 3.14 times 2.5 times 2.5 again. So 9.8125. 9.125. 9.5. Okay, now we're oh, what are we talking about here? Centimeters. Square centimeters. Now we'll just have to subtract those. So 45 minus 9.8125, 35.1875. But since it said 3 decimal places, we're going to call it 35.18. The 5 would round the 7 up to an 8. So 35.188 square centimeter. That's for part B. Let's move on down to C. Okay, C, we've got a square in the middle, and that's easy enough. Side times side, 9 times 9 is 81 square millimeters. And then if you look here, there's a semicircle on the left and a semicircle on the right. Well, if you would smush those together, it's really just another circle, a full circle. But we've actually got, let's see, what other color can I use? Red, I guess. We've actually got 2 circles, because here's the top of a circle and the bottom of a circle. So we've got 2 circles, a purple one and a red one, that are exactly the same. So we're going to add the area of the green square to the area of 2 circles. So let's find the area of those 2 circles. Right, area of circles. Since we have 2 of them, I'm going to multiply it by 2. So 2 times pi r squared. Or 2 times 3.14. Halfway across the circle, well, all the way across is 9 millimeters. So halfway across is 4.5 millimeters. So let's type that in. See what we get. Two times 3.14 times 4.5 times 4.5. 12717. So 127.17 square millimeters. Now, if you remember, the purple part I'm doing right here is just the area of the 2 circles. So we're going to have to go back and add it to the green rectangle for the full shape. Not sure why I just erased that. That was important. Okay, so the full area, the total area, we just add that to 81. So that would be 208.17 square millimeters. It sent around it to 3 places, but we only have 2, so we're good. And we're almost done. The last shape. The last shape is a rectangle with 2 semicircles kind of bitten out of it. So we'll have to subtract the purple semicircle and the red semicircle. So we're going to do area of the green rectangle minus the area of the purple semicircle, and we're also going to have to subtract or take away the area of the red semicircle. Okay, might have to scoot over a little bit. Go. Alright, so rectangle, just length times width. Ooh, but we don't know how tall it is, or do we? If the first semicircle is 6 and the second one is 4, as you can see right here, 6 and 4, that's going to make 10. So it's actually 10 centimeters tall. So 10 times 11 is 110. Minus, it's a half a circle, so we gotta include a 1/2. Pi r squared. Pi is 3.14. The radius half way across the circle, all the way across the circle is 4, so halfway would be 2. And then for the next semicircle, 1/2 again. Oh, you're writing up here. 1/2 pi. Halfway across 6 is 3, so we'll plug in a 3 for that radius. Let's scoot over just a little bit more. Yep. Alright, we're going to type this in the calculator. So 1/2 times 3.14 times 2 times 2. 6.28. So 6.28 minus, next part is 0.5 times 3.14 times 3 times 3. 14.13. 14.13. So our total area is, type that in, 110 minus 6.28 minus 14.13. 89.59. 89.59. Now, if you look at the picture, we were talking about centimeters, so this is going to be square centimeters. Since we only have 2 decimal places, we won't have to round it to 3. And that concludes problem 6 on whatever page that was, geometry page 8. Alright, see you later.